you'll also need to know how to paste code. And when I say pasting code, basically code that you don't write, code that's provided to you by some type of software that you're trying to implement on your website. Basically, the hard work's done for you. You're just going to need to paste some code in the appropriate place. And I've developed just a nice little easy process for you to do so. So for certain things, you'll need to cut and paste some code. This is primarily true for autoresponder forms, and if you've read the book Perpetual Profits, you'll know that the first commandment of internet marketing, and really it's the only commandment that I have right now as of writing this course, is that you have to have an autoresponder on your website if you're going to attempt to do anything online. And basically when you subscribe to the autoresponder, and you're going to go into there and you're going to create an account. Now you can create multiple accounts, as many as you like. You're going to create an account for a list, and you go in there and you generate an HTML form, and it's going to produce a little sign-up form for you. It's just the code that they're going to write for you when you follow a simple little wizard that's going to create the form for you, and that's going to enable people to sign up to that list. And then you just take that code and you paste it on your web page, and you're done. And then you can start having people give their name and email, and it'll redirect them to a confirmation page, and that's where you can have them download something, or you can tell them, hey, an email's coming to you. And that's where you set it all up inside the autoresponder account. But the web page needs a form so people can sign up for your autoresponder. There's many other things that you need to cut and paste code for if you're going to put a pop-up on your web page. There's too many to list right here, so I'm just sticking with autoresponder forms and order buttons. Obviously, if you want to accept payment on your website, you're going to need to stick an order button in there. So here's an easy process for cutting and pasting code to get it exactly where you want it so it's not confusing for you. Step 1, put sample text on your web page where you want to put the code first, and then isolate it. I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. Then the second step is to paste the code in the place of the sample text. So then you're going to remove the sample text and you're going to put the code right in its place. So let's go back to our hand-coded web page, and we'll start this page up, and let's view our source code. Before I view the source code though, however, let's say we're going to put a sign-up form right in this box, in box number 7. I'm just picking cell number 7 because it's bigger than 4, 5, and 2. I know sign-up forms are kind of a little bigger than these cells in here. So in cell 7, let's just say we want to put a sign-up form or an order button. I'm going to do one first, then the other. And usually you're going to be cutting and pasting code into some type of a table, whether it's your main table on your web page or whether it's kind of like a little sub-table on the web page. Usually you're going to put it in a table just so that it's nice and isolated from the other text, and you can center that table the way you want it. So once you get the table the way you want it, then you're going to put your code for the form in there. So let's view our source code, and let's go down to cell number 7 because it already has a 7 in there. Now a 7 would simply do, but let's put in this is where I want my sign up form, and let me go save that. And if I go refresh the page, hit refresh, it says here, this is where I want my sign up form. Okay? So if we go back to our source code, right here, this is where I want my sign up form. So I'm going to isolate it. By isolate it, I mean just get it on a line of its own. Just go and get the tag so there's plenty of white space in between. Okay, so the tag before it is all the way up here. The tag after it is all the way down here. And just to remind you that all this white space in HTML code is ignored in between tags. So you're able to do this. It's not going to affect your code. So here we've isolated our text. Now I'm just going to go delete my text. So I've got my cursor blinking right here where that isolated text was. So if I cut and paste some code here, it's going to go into the same place. It's going to go right here. It's going to go to where it said on the page, this is where I want my sign up form. So there's the blinking cursor. That's where I want to paste my code. So when you have an autoresponder account, you're going to log into your autoresponder account. You're going to create a list that you're going to start building, and then you're going to go through a wizard that creates an HTML form for you. And you're going to select where the people are redirected after they sign up. So before you create the sign up form, you probably want to make another page that tells people, you know, thanks for signing up for my newsletter. Here's the first issue you can download, or here's the free report you can download. Or you don't have to let them download anything. You can say, you know, an email's coming right away. Check your email and you'll get my mini course. It's usually good to have a thank you page, and it's generically called a confirmation page when it comes to sign up forms. So I've gone into one of my autoresponder accounts and I've done that, and I've generated this following code. So what I do is go to edit, I can do select all, and it selects all the text in here, and then I want to go and copy that. I want to go back to my source code. Now this is the source code of the web page here. Don't get it confused with, right here was the sign up form code, and here's the hand-coded web page. So right in here, remember that blinking cursor where we remove that text? Now I'm going to make sure my cursor is right there. I'm going to go up to Edit, and I'm going to select Paste. And what that does is it pastes in the sign-up form code right where my cursor was. So if I go up, I can see, remember we had this tag, and then I had my blinking cursor was right here. Then I pasted the code, and you can see, look at all this code, it's all pasted, okay? And then a little bit of white space, and then we had the closing tag. So if I go to File and hit Save,